In order to complete the Foley Artist project, first thing you want to do is go to the project page in Canvas and download the silent clip by clicking here. I have created a new folder called Foley where I have saved that clip. Once you've got it saved, if you want to reference the original clip and hear what it sounded like, you can watch that here. Next thing you want to do is start saving sound effects to use and music. So you can go here to freesound.org, and from there you can start looking for the sounds that you think you'll want. You will need to register for an account. It is free and it's a great site. So sometimes, if it's like fire, type in fire, you can, play any of those. If you like it, you click on it to download it. But sometimes you'll have to think outside the box. For example, he breaks his tooth out with an ice skate in this clip, and there's not really anything to search to find that. But if you think of what the sound sounds like breaking glass, you could do something like that and search for it, and then you get several things that sound like it. You can play them here. You can also search by Creative Commons 0, which means you don't even have to give them credit. Find something you like, go ahead and click on it, and then you can download it into that same folder where all of your videos and your other sound effects are saved. Once you've got the sound effects that you need, you can also come in here to the resource sites from the class, and there's several different places you can find free music, such as the YouTube audio library and other things. So once you're there, you can go ahead and search by mood. Try to find something that matches this scene that you'll turn down low in the background, and go ahead and save that as well. So once you're ready, you'll go ahead and start a new project in Premiere. Make sure to give it a name. And then also change the location to that same folder where you're saving everything else, so that you know where you're exporting the file and where the project file is saved at. So that's great. Give it a name, chose a location. Once it's open, you need to bring all your files in. So I'm going to go ahead and double click here in the project panel. I'm going to bring all this stuff in except for I don't need to bring in my project file. And I'm going to hit open, and here it comes. You see I've got a lot of sounds, and there's my clip. So I'm going to take my clip, and you can also click here if you want to see. Take that, drag it, drop it, and that'll start me a new timeline. From there, I've got a whole bunch of different sounds I'm going to start putting in different places in the clip to try to recreate the sound. Before I do, I want to create an opening title with my name. So I'm going to go to File, New, Legacy Title. Just do something simple that has your name on it. Shrink that down so it fits. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and center it. Something like that's great. And then you can go ahead and close it and pull that out, and then pull this back. So it starts off with opening title, and then that's the only thing you need to do visually. Everything else is sound. Now this is silent, so you can right click and unlink it, or you can hold down Alt and just click on that. But once it's unlinked, you can then select that and delete it since it's silent anyway. So if we look, right, ice skate gets pulled off right there. So let's go look through our sounds and find something that might work. Rock slide. You can double click on it to listen to it. Something like that'll probably work. So we go ahead and take that and drag it out to that same position where we have marked. It's a little bit late, so we'll just go a little before that. Pull it back. Something like that'll work. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. I can hit the plus or minus on my keyboard or drag this. And that's a little bit long as well, so let's go ahead and shorten that down so it's just during that part. And we keep listening. Probably some moaning here that we'll record in a bit. He grabs another rock, pulls it off. Another rock slide, so let's go ahead and pull that back to where he starts to drag it. Grab that same one, and this time I'm going to grab the second piece, maybe like right here. And if you want to, you can set in and out points up here as well. You can set an in point and then an out point. And then when you grab this audio, it's already cut for you. You can do it that way as well. So that's a little bit too long as well, so I need to stop that about there. Now, if they're a little too loud, you can open up the audio track, just drag the border down, and you can drag these down just a little bit to make them quieter. Great, sounding good so far. We see fire here. Maybe we'll pull some fire sound and let's listen to that. That sounds good. So we'll take that and pull it in about the time we see the fire, which is right about... In fact, let's just start it just a little before we see that. So I'm going to go ahead and start it. I'm going to put it in the second track below. Maybe we'll start it about there. I'm going to open that track up. And I'm actually going to bring it in slowly. So here's the volume line. If it's big enough, you can click on the audio. And once it's open, you can click on this diamond and use these keyframes. The faster way, which I usually use, is I just hold down Control and click on the line. And maybe I'm going to pull that down so it slowly brings that in. Now you're hearing the fire. And if we look, it's probably a little too long, longer than the clip, so I need to bring that back if we're going to hear it the whole time. If we go a little further forward, he hits the skate right there. Sounds great. Let's put that in. Right there again. And once again, you can zoom in to be able to see this better. And then, boom, right there, get something like glass breaking. Get the sounds to be as close as you can to what you think it would actually sound like. Maybe we need to pull that back just a little bit, so you can always zoom in really close and pull it a few frames using the plus and minus keys. Right, and maybe he kind of screams right there. We put a scream in, which I don't have. Right, and that falls and hits the ground. He falls, boom, right there, hits. Maybe we get like a body impact sound. We'll pull that in. You hear the fire. Maybe the fire, now that he's hit the ground, starts to slowly fade up. I'll hold Control, click on the line, and get that fire going a lot louder. It's a little too much. And that's how we end the shot. There's a lot of other sounds you're going to need here that you can put in that I haven't, but this is just an example. You are going to need to record some sound yourself, and when you do, make sure you tell me in the comments what it was. Here's how you can actually record yourself. There's two ways. Number one is open up Adobe Audition, and I'll show you how to record there. Once it's open, you can say File, New, and just do a new audio file. Or you can just hit the record button and just make a noise. Something like that, right? When you're done, you save it. Tell it where to save it as an MP3 file, that kind of thing. And then you bring it in to the clip. The other way you can do it is if you come in here, maybe once he gets right there, maybe I'm going to make a groaning noise or a hit noise. So to record here, I'm going to pick a track that's already open, like track 3. I'm going to hit this microphone and arm it for recording, and then I'll make my noise. It's going to count me down, 3, 2, 1. Right, and it kind of did a little reverb there, but there's my sound. It's already recorded in for me. I can go ahead and, if I want to mute these other tracks temporarily, I can. Okay, we'll call that good. And I'm going to go ahead and put that where it goes. So like right there would probably work out well. Let's turn everything else back on, see what it sounds like. A little too late, so I probably want to zoom in there and fine tune where the hit actually happens. Right, and you kind of get the idea. And you know, fine tune and get way more sound effects in than that. And then finally, we'll pull the music in. find something that kind of matches. You'll notice there's no more audio tracks, but if I drag this down here in the blank area and let go, it will create a new track for me. So I'm going to zoom all the way out. I'm going to pull that track back here where it goes. I'm going to take my razor tool. I'm just going to slice it and delete the end. Just drag this thing back. It's way too loud, so I'm going to open that track up quite a ways. And I'm going to pull the volume way down so it's just barely noticeable. A little higher than that. So something like that. And once again, reference the original clip so you can get some more ideas. He's in a cave. There could be water in the ocean outside. There could be wind. There could be water droplets. Once you're finished, save the file. And then after that, you're going to export it. So you'll do File Save. And then after that, you'll do File Export Media. Two things you want to change here is number one, make sure the format is H.264. Number two is you'll click on that blue link. You'll give it a name. And I'm going to first find my location I want to save it to. So we'll go right here to Foley. Give it the name you want. Make sure it's going to the right location. Hit export, and that's going to send the video out. Once it's completely done, it will be in the folder you told it to save to, and then you can turn it into Canvas. So if we go to look in that same folder, you can see there is my file. If I go ahead and hit this button, I can see it. There's mine. You want to make sure it's the correct file before you turn it in. Then it plays. There's the title, there's the music. So everything seems to be working.